This is George 4, Tango, Romeo Alpha, G4TRA, located Wiltshire, calling CQ and listening, over.
Kilo Victor, straight mobile, M0SKV mobile calling.
Yeah, Mike 0 station, all acknowledged, Mike Whiskey 3 Charlie X-ray Alpha return.
Yeah, good afternoon, or good evening to you rather. Just on my way back home, just been portable this afternoon working.
Back United. This is George 4, Tango, Romeo Alpha, G4TRA. Good evening to you. Name is Steve, and the QTH is Wiltshire, near the town of Malmesbury. Let's just see where you are.
It's called Android. WR, don't know where yourself, but there is a Leicester repeater running through this frequency as well, so there's about 2 or 3 mods going at the same time because of a lift. Call sign is with Mike Whiskey 3 Charlie X-ray Alpha, and the operator name is also Mark Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo return.
Yeah, okay Mark, yeah, no problems. Yeah, there's a very, very good tropospheric ducting that's going on this afternoon. Well, all day actually. I've been out portable, I've got a 6-element Yagi. Been down on the SSB portion of 2 meters. And been working all over the place. It's been quite a fantastic afternoon actually. On the radio, on VHF, been extremely good. Yeah, there's CF up in Leicestershire, and there's also a French repeater that's on the same frequency as well. No,
the normal little white stick antenna
that come in under good tropo conditions. I mean, CF is there pretty much all the time, but obviously very, very strong at the moment. Getting about an S9 from CF in the car at the moment, and I can also hear a French one that comes over it on the odd occasion as well, so really 60 dB over 9 with each other. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen my S-meter go that high before. That's how strong the conditions have been, so I was working down on the SSB portion of 2 meters. So quite exciting stuff really, but it's just too damn cold to be outside portable anymore, so I'm going home, Mark, over.
Yes. Oldham do, Gold 6, my Mike Sierra.
Yeah, bring station all acknowledged, Mike Whiskey 3 Charlie X-ray Alpha returning. Yeah, no worries there, Mark. I'm only listening about anyway. It's just what I do.
solid. 5 and 9, little bit of QSB, very, very slow down to 5 and 8. So absolutely no problem at all here. You're 20 watts and the antenna doing a fine business job. Well, I'm running a very old transceiver here, a TR751E, but it's got a red hot receiver on it into an old BNOS linear amplifier at 150.
Mike 6 station that was calling. I'll come to you after this over. Bear with me, sorry. Yeah, the audio is absolutely fine. No problems at all with it. Very, very clear indeed.
Yeah, okay then, Mark, much appreciated. I'll let you carry on, I'll let you sign, and thank you for the short queue, so we'll catch you further on the log. Mike Whiskey 3, Charlie X-Ray Alpha, QTH Engoid, South Wales, standing by.
Mark, just returning to the call anyway, 73s. The other station that was calling in, I think it was a Mike something or other in the suffix, so I didn't get all the call, I apologise for that. Go ahead please. Mike 0 Sierra, Kilo Victor, stroke mobile.
It's Golf Germany 6, Mexico, Spain, in Chadderton, an hamlet of Oldham. And this is 5 and 9 plus up in Oldham, this repeater, it's WR. I'm also getting CF. I haven't had the French one yet. Split, I think it's 7.5 on there, isn't it, or something like that. It's getting station. Lovely audio into the machine, and I'm getting lovely audio out in the machine from that distance. From south to north, and it's what I finish off here, roughly about the middle of the York Vale and that way, you know what I mean, because the airport, you see what the air pressure is. It's a bit lower over in Leeds and a damn sight lower in Newcastle, if you know what I mean. But downstairs, so hopefully we'll have a good night, gentlemen, you know what I mean. Golf 6 Mike Sierra.
Golf 6 Mike Sierra, Mike 0 Sierra, Kilo Victor, stroke mobile. Okay, I'm very close to the repeater. Literally about a mile or two away from it. Just on my way back home. Just been pretty much sharing the hill with WR. I've been out all afternoon on the SSB portion. Predominantly beaming north, although just the latter part of the time I was up there, I span it round to the south. Worked a few stations in France just before I went. I also worked in the Channel Islands as well, but yeah, extremely good. A very, very good day out on 2 metres, and it's going to stay for, looking at the predictions, until about Saturday, and then the high pressure drops off, and I go back to relatively normal conditions thereafter, whatever relatively normal conditions are. There's always a little variation in the way that VHF works, especially 2 metres. It's a good little band actually. Works extremely well. Doesn't really need much to get the signal to be enhanced a little bit through.
CQ from Wiltshire, CQ from near the town of Malmesbury. This is G4 TRA. Golf 4 Tango, Romeo Alpha, calling CQ and listening for any calls, over.
Way up the
Golf 0 Oscar, I think. Call again, please. Yeah, Golf 0 Oscar Hotel Yankee. G4 TRA. Do you want to go 475? It's free here. Romeo Alpha listening this frequency.
I say, right Dave, I'll let you get going, because you've got better signals. I'm at the fringe of it, if you know. You get yourself, and get yourself, you know, get a couple of points, a couple of breaths. I'm going now, I'm going to transfer. See how far I'm going with them, because I'll hit a couple of repeaters that are wavy on me normally, and if they come up, then I'll start hollowing on 500 on 433 500, you know what I mean? Anyway, David, it's night of work, yeah? Well, listen, if you have a quick look, I'm QRZ.com, and it'll give you the exact location and everything. Alright, David, have a good night. Go 6 Mike Sierra in Chadderton Oldham.
Okay, 7-3 for now. Enjoy your evening. Yeah, the tropical is going way up into SVHF as well, so 77s will be well within it. So it's working extremely well. So yeah, go. 0 SKV mobile. Cheers.
Yeah, 7-3. Yeah, catch you again, mate.
Yeah, I wondered. Let's have a look. Just on my way into work, mate. I saw you message me earlier, but I haven't got Messenger. I usually just log in and look at the messages, so I haven't seen what you sent me yet. Trust you well. Trust your Christmas is okay.
Yeah, survived, and that's about all you can say really these days for Christmas, isn't it? It's for the kids. You've got 2 kids who are probably just on the... Try and blag your assistant to get this desktop transceiver thing sorted out so that I can tune it around a bit better. There was an astonishing lift on earlier today. I don't know whether you noticed it, but quite randomly I just was fiddling with this thing, trying to set up and save a channel, which I miserably failed doing, but in the course of doing that I stumbled across S22. Knocking off 2 meters EX like there was no tomorrow, and I was third in the queue, and I got a report from him, and it was a bit pointless. It was 5 and 9 plus, and everybody was 5 and 9 plus that he could hear. One of those lovely lifts that I remember from the old days. They still happen, GHCYK.
50RK mobile. Well, I'm on nights, and I was driving home at 7:30 this morning, and I noticed my gateway was a lot stronger than it normally would, and I put it down to the fog. Maybe the moisture in the atmosphere was carrying signals a bit further. It's very, very foggy this morning. I'm just on my way back in. It's been absolutely crazy last few weeks, so I apologise for not getting around to yours. As you know, I was unwell, and then was sort of getting ready for Christmas, and our Christmas didn't go too well. We did a bit of last minute shopping on Saturday, and Sunday went reasonably to plan, although the food didn't come out all very well. And then Louise came around with a bit of a sicky bug on Sunday night. A sicky bug on Sunday night, which spoiled the evening, and then I was unwell in the middle of the night as well, but not as unwell as Louise. And then as of Boxing Day, I've been back on nights, but we were supposed to go around the in-laws on Boxing Day for dinner, which we didn't do in the end because of Louise not being well, and we were supposed to go in there for dinner, so we didn't really have anything planned. Ended up with no dinner on Monday. And last night Louise still wasn't well, and I managed to whip together some food for us all yesterday, so I went back to work again. I was not going to go into work because of it being a bank holiday. Any major changes in
WR repeater tone squelch 94.8 Hertz. Good evening.
And I may be about, because I tend to do overtime when it's my off-shift week, but there's not many people off January, February off on annual leave or anything, so I can't imagine there's going to be a lot of overtime next week, so I should be about for a few days, which will be good, because then I should be able to get a few jobs done. Have you tried out the new Echolink yet? Are you aware the Echolink's back up on air? GACYK, G0RK.
That was one of the sort of things I've noticed about amateur radio, is that there isn't really a sort of single point of useful reference anywhere throughout the entire hobby. I mean, there's all sorts of useful stuff spread around, but it's sort of spread around. It'd be nice to have a single news site that covered the UK interests, but I suppose QRZ.com has adopted the global role, but if I go and look at the Essex Repeater Group site, I'll find out all about it when I change, so okay.
Admin to do for the Repeater Group as well recently. I've sort of just been doing it in fits and spurts there, as and when I've had a bit of spare time there. Well, it's on the air, but we haven't really announced it yet, because the problem is when you rebuild something and put it back up on air, it isn't necessarily always reliable, so sometimes we sort of put it up, monitor it and play with it for a bit and see if it breaks before we announce it's on air. There's no point in announcing it until it's reliable, but it's on the same as DA, which is 110.9. Obviously it's simplex, and it seems to be okay. It should be in stock with you. You should be able to get into it, no problem at all. Can't remember all the commands off the top of my head, but obviously they're all DTMF commands, get K. What used to be one of the busiest English-speaking reflectors on Echolink was Island conference server a lot recently, and I haven't heard much of it. Let's get a K, hang on. Seems to have been quite quiet recently. I've had a couple on one side and D-Star on the other, just to see what's happening with it. I've had a couple of QSOs through there with a guy in Staffordshire. But don't forget you can get Echolink as an app on your smartphone and stuff like that. But to do that, you have to register with the Echolink people. You have to download the app and then send them a copy of your license to register if you haven't done already, and then they set you up on the system so you can access it. GACYK, G0RK mobile.
G0RK, catch up with some people who were on an ancient meter net that ceased to be viable when the band conditions died, sort of mid-November. But in the meantime, a lot of people. I seem to be able to access the SDR at Hat Green, the Derby SDR just about any time of the day or night. There isn't really much touch top band at the moment. Trouble is it seems to be filling up with foreigners now as well. So, but I was able to get into the SDR about 10 o'clock this morning. I was slightly surprised. All the echo link stuff is concerned, yes, well, I will go and have a play with that and see what I can do to get my head around what's going on, because I think the future of echo link is pretty good too, but again, it's another one of these things that hasn't got a properly sort of organised focal point and driving point. But again, you know, you need a Facebook group to organise Facebook groups. It's all getting sort of difficult to manage in one place.
If you look on the Essex Repeater Group website, under the MB7IDA section, I think there's an Echolink Users Guide. I haven't seen it for a long time, so I can't remember exactly what's in there, but I would have thought that basic commands would be in there. There's commands for randomly accessing reflectors, but like I said, 2605 used to be a very busy English-speaking one. Obviously some reflectors are sort of, you know, not English speaking. And that memory file I've loaded up into your handheld, I can't remember what channel it is, but it's the 4th or 5th or 6th channel or thereabouts is MB7IDA, which is the call sign. So it's already set up on your handheld, so
77 hertz tone.
In the tone, because the frequency hasn't changed. We obviously lost the site for the repeater last year and had to move the site and rearrange find a new site, rearrange the license, but we've also rebuilt all the hardware as well. So the actual system itself is all completely new. So it's got a new computer on it with a solid state drive.